The names Deckard Cain, Tyrael, Mephisto, and Lazarus have resonated with gamers for the better part of the last 2 decades, a testament to the timeless storytelling and gameplay that has made Blizzard Entertainment one of the most prominent developers in gaming. Diablo 3 is a great game, but there is a combination of minor problems that have left it falling short in key areas, which led to a decline in playership. Blizzard has taken into account these minor problems and have overhauled some of the key elements of gameplay for the release of Diablo 3's expansion, Reaper of Souls. The story takes place shortly after the fall of Diablo and consequently Leah's death at the hands of the Nephilim and the mortal Tyrael, who has decided to hide the Black Soulstone in Westmarch, guarded by the new Haradrim. But the process is interrupted when the fallen Archangel of Wisdom, Malthael, intervenes, claiming the Haradrim guards, mortally wounding Tyrael, and stealing the Soulstone. Your job in the new act is to save Westmarch from Malthael's Reapers, collect evidence for Tyrael to uncover his plan, and then to finally confront Malthael in Pandemonium, the realm of the World Stone. On the gameplay side of things, the largest change in Reaper of Souls would have to be the elimination of the gold-based and real money auction houses. So, if you're tired of buying your legendaries off of some neck-bearded basement dweller trying to be the Gordon Gekko of Condorus, this is a welcome change. Diablo purists will probably see it as unwelcome. However, there's something to be said for the auction house playing such a pivotal role in the endgame. This elimination of the auction house has augmented the looting system. You now have a much higher chance to get stat allocations on gear that accommodates your class instead of legendaries that are about as useful as the Predator's dreadlocks. A new gameplay mode has also been introduced, Adventure Mode, where you traverse the acts at will, killing bosses, clearing areas, and completing events. Each act has 5 of these bounties which you may collect to be rewarded with blood shards, which you can turn in for gear. Now, after you complete the bounty circuit, you may open a Nephilim Rift. The objective within the Rift is to vanquish enough enemies to summon its Guardian. After defeating a Rift Guardian, you receive rewards and experience. Adventure Mode is fast-paced, instantly gratifying, and makes Diablo that much more addicting. The Paragon system is now focused and streamlined, adding more customization to your endgame experience, from specializing in main stats to adjusting your magic find at will. One of the problems with Diablo 3 was that you had to play through the game 4 times to really experience the endgame. It's a lot like Groundhog Day in hell. Now, you're able to play as high as Expert Mode right off the bat, and only have to complete all of the acts once to unlock Torment Mode, which may leave you clinically depressed, naked on the living room floor, covered in Cheetos and shame. Now, the new act looks amazing. Westmarch and Pandemonium are 2 of the most atmospheric regions Blizzard has ever produced in the franchise. In addition to a new act, new final tier talents and glyphs, Reaper of Souls features a new class, the Crusader. The Crusader's crux is the use of their shield. You can build the class around blocking attacks, healing, and going mostly Vitality to plow through content taking minimal damage, falling under the classification of Brick House. Or you could take a more damage-based role, doing so with some high burst damage area of effect abilities, which can be coupled with a passive trait that allows you to equip a 2-handed weapon and a shield at the same time, in turn granting a boost in stats and specializing in slower attacks with more of a bursty build, kind of like a dump truck with prayer beads. Now, the Crusader uses passive abilities known as laws that either increase attack speed, add passive health regeneration, or redirect damage from allies onto you. You may then recite the law, increasing the effect and adding additional effects for a short period. The story behind the new class is derived from Baal's influence within the Order of Zakarum, as the Crusaders were founded to weed the Lord of Destruction's influence out. There were 429 Crusaders, each with an apprentice. When the Crusader passes on, his or her apprentice will take their armor, weapons, title, and even assume their very identity. This limits the growth of the Crusaders and really gives you a sense of how small this secretive order is. As you progress through the new 5th act, you learn some backstory behind your chosen class and the origins of your Nephilim. In the current build, you're not able to face Malthael, so we'll have to wait until the release in March to see how Act 5 concludes. What resolution will Reaper of Souls bring to the story arc of the franchise, and is the future of the Black Soulstone in question with Malthael's alterations to it? The changes made in Reaper of Souls may provide a more fluid and consistent RPG experience, as well as a possible new direction for the story to take with Tyrael, still immortal on the Angiers Council, and how his Haradrim will shape Sanctuary's fate. If there was ever a game that has made you consider leaving your children and spouse for, it might be this one. For Nerd Alert and Ignite Reviews, I'm Greg Rosser.